Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. Today is Monday, the 7th of July, 2025. My name is Rahman and I am here to present to you the world current affairs, that is, the latest global events. I hope you will listen attentively. Let's begin in the name of Allah. The very first news is that I was unable to make a video yesterday. The reason for this was that I was quite busy, and the main reason was that I was occupied with YouTube related matters, learning some technical things and so on. Because of this, I couldn't make a video. Alhamdulillah, my YouTube channel Ainam or Rahman Yazdani sir, which had been removed, was restored last night. So to all those who were worried and those who were trying to help, congratulations, channel has been restored. And in the process, I learned a lot about YouTube, and I have now created several channels, so there's no need to worry anymore. For example, here is a channel called IRS Islamic Videos, which I created as a replacement for the previous one. Then there's Ilmi Safar Ramansir, which is still running. Then I created an extra channel called Ainam or Rahman Yazani multi-language channel and kept that as well. And now the original Ainam or Rahman Yazani channel has been restored. YouTube even sent me, in a way, an apology. You can see here, hi Inam ur Rahman sir, we have reviewed the appeal for the following. Yesterday, they themselves emailed me that you can review it. The channel name was Inam ur Rahman Yazdani sir. After taking another look, we can confirm that your channel does not violate our community guidelines. So when they reviewed it, why did they remove it in the first place? Thanks for your patience while we reviewed the appeal. Our goal is to make sure that content does not violate our community guidelines so that YouTube can be a safe place for all. Sometimes we make mistakes trying to get it right. Sorry for any frustration that I hate most of it. There's no need to go into too much detail about the apology. So in this regard, just understand that it's a matter of happiness that my channel has been restored. However, it hasn't been monetized yet. To get monetized, I would have to stop reporting on Gaza. But Alhamdulillah, as long as Allah gives me strength, ability, and courage, I will continue to share in their sorrow, whether the channel is monetized or not. If they remove it, I'll do it on WhatsApp. If they remove it there, I'll do it on Telegram. And if that doesn't work, then I'll start public gatherings. But the pain and suffering related to Gaza will continue to be shared. When you consider that it's been more than 75 days in Gaza, what happened? There was talk of a ceasefire, and then there was some progress and concerns from both sides. The concern is that Israel agreed to a ceasefire for 60 days, and America gave assurances to the people of Gaza that if you agree to 60 days, then further discussions will happen to end the war permanently. They said, all right, but the concern was about the distribution of aid. The new formula that America and Israel have come up with is, if you come to get bread, you'll be met with bullets. Because of this, people are losing their lives. So they said, close the humanitarian center, the JIT center. The United Nations, which is a global institution, should handle the distribution. They are a neutral body, not specifically yours, so let them do the distribution. Secondly, the army should be kept a bit away from the civilian population. Thirdly, from the very beginning, there has been talk of ending the war. But this is the proposal. Benjamin Netanyahu said that none of their conditions will be accepted, but still, he sent his delegation to Qatar. There is a lot of pressure from Trump's side as well that it's been a long time now in this war. You've tried everything, bullets, bread, everything, but you haven't been able to conquer Gaza. You can say whatever you want to Hezbollah, to the Houthis, to Iran, but Gaza is not falling to you. Now let it go. Even from your own army, there's a sense of give us a break. And on the other side, fighting has intensified over the past month. Every day, on average, 2 or 3 soldiers are being killed and 2 or 3 military vehicles are being destroyed. There's pressure from that as well. Previously, there was pressure from the hostage family. About 50 remain, most of whom are just bodies. Around 20 are alive, so at least bring them back. Now, the families of the soldiers who are dying or getting injured are worried, saying, if there's going to be reconciliation, let our people come back. Why fight needlessly, dropping bombs and losing our children? Soldiers are going to fight and dying, and these are reservists, people who work in companies who have been called up. In the heat of the moment, fighting for 10-20 days a month feels okay, but in continuous fighting, only professional soldiers remain, and even they are human, they get tired too. Now, if you pay little attention, 2 or 3 months ago, there was complete calm. There were no videos coming out of the fighting there, no statements either. Nothing used to come out. But if you look now, for about a month, from the latter half of June until now, things have been happening on a daily basis. And if you listen to Amresh Mishra, then you'll hear that a lot is going on. But just understand something or the other is definitely happening. There's a fair amount of truth in his videos as well. So why is this happening? That is about a month ago when there was complete silence. The reason for that is that on May 13th, there was a major attack. In that, something happened with Mohammed Sinwar. At that time, Israel claimed responsibility, but there was no confirmation from this side. There was silence. So you can understand that after him, there was a lull who would lead now. So then people were waiting among themselves and all that was going on. Now a new leader has emerged. It seems his name is al-Din al-Haddad, a major personality, Al-Qassam, after whom the Al-Qassam brigades are named. I had made a biography about him, and perhaps this new leader's name is al-Din al-Haddad. He is even more aggressive and quite bold. So he has become the new chief in Gaza, and he has given an ultimatum. We have only 3 options. These options are for the people of Gaza as well as for outsiders. Whoever wants can choose. Otherwise, there will be no discussion outside of these 3 options. Because of this, you must have seen that in between about 4, 5, 10 or 12 days ago, there was a lot of talk that Arab countries would take over. There was talk about 4 countries was going to happen and this would happen. But he said intensify the fighting and make the message clear. And in the message, he gave 3 options. First, there should be a respectable deal or dignified deal. Number 2, or a complete ceasefire, or what he calls a respectable deal, or liberation Palestine, the term murder. 3, there is no 4th option. Either make this honorable deal where there is a give and take with dignity, or liberate Palestine. That could be the 2nd option. The 3rd option is martyrdom, sacrifice for the causer, as they say. Whatever happens, we will claim our right at any cost. What is that right? To liberate Palestine or to embrace martyrdom? Yes. For the time being, if a respectable ceasefire is achieved, they will accept that too. The message was clear. There will be no mass exodus from Gaza, nor any talk of surrendering weapons. None of that will happen. So this is a big issue for Israel. And on this side, the fighting has intensified and all the groups have become more active. Because of this situation, Donald Trump has come to understand is ongoing. Benjamin Netanyahu, who is a war criminal, you should know that just last year, on the 21st of November, an arrest warrant was issued against him by the ICC, the International Criminal Court. He has committed war crimes, crimes against humanity. He is essentially the prime minister of a settler, communist colonial regime. It is a gas rogue regime. He kills children. And the arrest warrant against Benjamin Netanyahu is from the ICC, the International Criminal Court. The accusation against Israel as a country is genocide. Now, the cases are ongoing in the ICJ, the International Court of Justice. One case has already reached a decision and an arrest warrant has been issued. Benjamin Netanyahu, the war criminal, is a murderer, has committed war crimes, and his former defense minister, Yoav Gallant, is not willing to accept this. He says that if there is a ceasefire now, then our government will fall. His coalition partners keep issuing threats, and you should know that these are the same people. They drink less water after seeing the blood of Palestinians. They drink more Palestinian blood. That's the kind of situation it is. But now, let's see, Donald Trump has called him. Now, whether he scolds him and makes him understand or not, let's see what happens. So Donald Trump was asked, Benjamin Netanyahu is coming to you. He left yesterday and has already arrived there. Now, meetings will begin. So Donald Trump was asked, what do you think? He said, yes, it can be expected that there will be a ceasefire this week. But his words have no value. He says one thing in the morning, another in the evening, and threatens something else. His threats are like mine like. When I threaten to stop videos from a certain date for those who haven't paid fees or taken admission. But then, out of sympathy, I start them again so that many people don't miss out. But his threats remain. In my case, it's more like a request disguised as a threat. Please, you all, just do it. Now, let's see another example of his threats. When the issue of tariffs was ongoing, back in April, he said he would impose tariffs on everything 50%, this much percent, that much percent on everything. And he said, I'm giving 3 months' time. By the 9th of July, those who have accepted the tariffs, meaning those who have made agreements, that's fine. Otherwise, from the 9th, flat tariff will be imposed on everyone. Yesterday, his Treasury Secretary, what's his name, Scott Bassett, they said, now the 9th of July is near, just 7 days away. The day after tomorrow is the 9th. He said that those who haven't sent in or agreed to the tariff yet, letters will start going out to about 100 countries, and this will be implemented from the 1st of August. Now he said the 9th of July, and now another 21 days. It's not that they're taking back their word, but they have come up with a new way. From the 1st of August, letters will start going out, but no one is taking his word seriously. You know, as a result of such heavy threats, only 2 countries have managed to make a trade agreement with him on is Britain, and the other is Vietnam, and you could somewhat say China. China, however, complained and then just did it. Now only America is talking to India. Now India is saying, look, because of your threats, we've made so many sacrifices and we're trying to make a deal as quickly as possible. Now you've extended the time for others. There are 100 countries that haven't even approached you. We won't come to you. We won't sit with you. Go ahead. So that's the situation. In this regard, now another problem has arisen for Donald Trump. And what is that problem? Elon Musk has announced a new party, the America Party. Donald Trump was even asked, Elon Musk was your favorite, your darling, your blue-eyed boy, your favorite. He adored you. You were devoted to him. You campaigned for each other. Now, to bring you down, he's formed a new party. What do you have to say about that? He said, ridiculous. This is nonsense. This will only create more confusion. The two-party system is just fine. Now, you might ask, what can Elon Musk really achieve with this? He even, in a way, asked people on Twitter and such whether they should form a new party. And 65% of people said yes, they should. But the thing is, when he first asked, 80% of people said yes, then 70%, and now it's 62%. Even among those, if you look, more Republicans are saying yes. About 40% of Republicans are saying yes, form a party. About 10 to 12% of Democrats are saying yes. And about 10% of neutrals are also saying yes, form a party. So from this perspective, you can understand that Elon Musk has announced a new party. People were afraid that maybe he would backtrack again, but he has announced a party. Now, the real spectacle will be seen in the midterm elections, which are to be held next year, 2026, on the 3rd and 4th of November. Then you might ask, what can this third party really do? Many parties are formed in India too, but they can't do much. They just end up splitting votes. But even in India, splitting votes is a bit difficult. In America, the system is such that the chances of splitting votes are much higher. Let me give you an example. Look, for instance, this is the state of California. It has, say, 54 members of parliament electoral votes. Now, if someone gets 27 or 28 out of 54, they get the whole 54. You have to win the entire state. You can't just send 1 or 2 members of parliament. That's how it works. Here, splitting votes is very easy. In India, for example, in UP, there are 80 seats. And even if you win just 1 seat, your member of parliament will reach there. That's not the case here. I'm talking about the presidential election. So that's how it is. But Elon Musk is Elon Musk. He's not just a rich guy. He's a smart guy. He became a hero from zero, stood on his own feet, came from another country, and made his own place and status. He has the power of Twitter. He's aggressive. He's talented. He has everything. So his credibility is very high. Among the American public, the public there, if you put Donald Trump and Elon Musk side by side, Donald Trump is more powerful. Even as a leader, people prefer Donald Trump. But when it comes to credibility, it's Elon Musk who has it. Now, if you compare their personalities, even among Republicans, more people consider Elon Musk more capable. He became a hero from zero. He really wants to put America first. He prioritizes innovation. He understands climate concerns. And he tries to reduce debt and such. All these things are true. So now the question is, what can Elon Musk do? Elon Musk is very clever. I mentioned in a previous video where I explained the midterm elections, I told you all that he can't become king because he wasn't born in America, came from South Africa, but he can become a kingmaker. But now what is being openly said is that our party is not here to become king. Neither do I want to become king, nor does my party want to come to power. So then what do they want to do, ruin things? No. What they're saying is that our party wants to become a kingmaker. why do they want to become a kingmaker? He is saying that just like there are two parties, both of them run a monopoly, if not me, then them, if not them, then me. So what options do we really have? Where can we go? It's just that our government comes to power. If someone manages it a bit and if they act arbitrarily, then our third party will emerge. Whoever holds the key to forming or toppling the government should have that power, and then we will keep watch if they work in the interest of Americans. If they work in their favor, we will support them. Otherwise, we will withdraw our support. And if someone else makes demands, we will support them instead. For this, Elon Musk doesn't need to do much. If he manages to win just 10 seats in the Senate and 10 seats in the House of Representatives, he can easily secure this position. For example, take this very year. Do you know how many seats there are in the House and Senate right now? There are 100 seats. Out of those, you know that 53 belong to the Republicans and 45, who do those belong to? They belong to the Democrats, and 2 are independent candidates. So you can see how narrow the margin is. If these two come together at the same time, if they join, then it becomes 47. The difference between 47 and 53 is 4 just. Understand that. Now, if Elon Musk in the midterm elections manages to win back even 5 seats, in such a big country like America, there are also small states where there are only 2 seats. And in the Senate, each state has just 2 seats. There are 50 states. So 2 per state makes 100. So in this sense, can he become a game changer, a kingmaker or not? Similarly, if we look at the House of Representatives, there are 435 seats, out of which 220 belong to the Republicans. 212 belong to the other side. 212 plus 220 is 432. 3 are vacant. So now how big is the difference? 220 and 212. That's a difference of 8. I told you if they win just 10 seats in the House of Representatives out of 435, even here, they can become the kingmaker, can't they? So from this perspective, he's saying that we don't need to run around too much. We just need to focus. And as for money, well, we'll spend the most in America, not to win, but to make others lose. That's why Donald Trump is in trouble. If he can't win the game, at least he can spoil it. Just like among Muslims, there are many people, you know, if they want to benefit Islam, even if they put in all their strength, they can't benefit it more than 10%. But if they set out to cause harm, they can do 90% damage even with just 10% effort. That's exactly Elon Musk's position right now. If he sets out to harm the Republicans with the idea he's brought, he can cause them 90% damage. So because of this, Donald Trump, who still thinks of himself as the undisputed king, not just the president of America, but of the whole world, well, that dream, you see, at most by next year, after that, his numbers in both houses will decrease and both wolves will be in his hands and his popularity will start to fall. And Elon Musk, the more votes he cuts, the more he'll cut from the Republicans. He'll cut very few from the Democrats. So now let's see what happens. Someone was asking about the House of Representatives, whether it's understood or not. Did you understand the House of Representatives part and the Senate part as well? All right. Now, regarding the election of the president, there's the Electoral College, which consists of 538 members. After these members are chosen, they are sent to vote. So first, let me make a correction. In a previous video, I mentioned that this is a direct election, and while it appears to be direct, in legal terms, it's actually an indirect election. That is, the American public first elects their delegates, the electors, and this happens in November. Then in January, these electors go and choose the president. So the American public does not directly elect the president. Instead, they elect the electors who then go and elect the president. It's similar to how we elect members of parliament and then the members of parliament go and elect the prime minister. That's how it works, technically speaking. But what happens is, after people elect these electors from various states, totaling around 538, they go in January and elect the president. If someone gets around 272, 270 or 272 votes, they become president. After that, the elector's job is done. Now, in legal terms, if any issue arises, they might be called back, but otherwise their job is finished. That's the only reason they exist. You should understand this. Now, moving on, the BRICS summit was held yesterday and it was a complete failure, totally useless. It seems like BRICS might even collapse now. The reason is that India, which is supposed to be a leader of the global south, is actually acting in the interests of the global north. It seems that all organizations of the global south, whether it's BRICS, South Carolina, or others, are sometimes seen batting for America, sometimes for Israel. India's role has become that of an agent, which is why there's no interest left in BRICS. You'll notice that the Russian president didn't attend, nor did Xi Jinping. I think even Egypt's president didn't go, nor did Iran's president. So it became a complete joke. Last year, you saw Vladimir Putin attend when it was held in Russia, and it was so charming. If you saw that, and then look at the situation now, just look at it. Here, the foreign ministers are standing, but there's no excitement left. Lula da Silva spoke out for Gaza and accused Israel of committing genocide and all sorts of things. But India's heart beats for Israel. In the name of recognition, it's like a black mark that 60,000 people have been killed and India is batting for them. It's really surprising recognition. Recognition, that's what they keep talking about. Those who keep invoking humanity, who cry out for humanity, remain silent in the face of so many children being killed. This is the situation. So either India will leave or gradually BRICS will collapse. And this is the recurring issue with the global south. They are unable to achieve unity. Either because of their own interests or their ideologies, they end up becoming agents of the global north, which is why nothing ever gets accomplished. Now, if Vladimir Putin manages to step away from the war a bit, then maybe he'll be able to do something. Otherwise, the psychology of poor countries is such that they simply cannot take bold decisions. And that's why they lost the Cold War as well. I had told you all that I would make a video about the Cold War and explain it to you. Right now, I'm studying it in detail. The Cold War was above all a battle between communism and capitalism. So I'm reading biographies of communist leaders like Karl Marx, Rousseau, Vladimir Lenin, Joseph Stalin, Nikita Khrushchev, Brezhnev, and then in Latin America, Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, or in Burkina Faso, the leader Ibrahim Traore, and about Thomas Sankara, or about Lumumba, or Ho Chi Minh, or Yasser Arafat, or Josip Tito, or Gamal Abdel Nasser. I'm trying to understand communism. What were its strengths that made it spread like wildfire? And what were its weaknesses that led to its collapse and failure to win? God willing, I'll explain all this to you in detail. And then during the Cold War, what were Muslims and Islamic leaders doing? Who were they on this too? I'll gradually keep you updated. My progress is a bit slow because I'm not naturally gifted, but I am hardworking. So God willing, I'll reach the destination. It'll just take a bit longer, like the story of the tortoise and the hare. You all are the hares. I'm moving at a tortoise's pace. But God willing, I'll reach the destination as long as the journey continues and your support remains. That's enough for today. We'll meet again, God willing, in the next video. Jazakallah.